All right. Let's talk about abortion. That's top. That's top.
Yeah, that's one.
Well, see, that's what I was trying to do originally.
Is abortion in Game 7 right now?
I tried to segue as best I can. The whole reason I wanted to talk about the two-headed girl was to flow into abortion. It just didn't happen.
Oh, let's talk about abortion then. What are your favorite parts of it?
The afterglow.
Oh my God.
That's the most horrific thing I can think of.
I don't know why I would have gone with conception, but okay.
The afterglow. God,
yeah, there is a clip of Kyle saying that if Trump wins, abortion won't change. That he's like, it's settled law. They say that, but it's not gonna happen. It's totally going to happen.
What does settled law mean?
That
seems like a media
wait,
term, because the Supreme Court can overrule anything it previously did, right?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Settled law. So I guess there was a time when judges, if I understand how it started with judges getting their decisions from God. And God never being wrong, and therefore every judge's decision was a final thing,
the correct way.
And then that just became precedent, right? Where a judge makes a decision and they don't override that last judge. And now precedent's still a thing, but it's rare that they override a precedent. Sometimes they do.
Yeah, I mean, no, I think that everyone was shocked that this happened. They lied straight. These people lied straight to the Congress faces. You say that
they lied?
That's literally what everyone's doing. No, they didn't just lie. They straight up lied about the specific instance that we're talking about here.
You're surprised by these people lying?
I'm surprised that every one of them lied.
That's surprising then, because you should know these people are liars. They are pieces of shit, largely.
I didn't, but I didn't think of these judges as politicians. I thought of them as judges.
A mistake. They're just a part of a very small, unelected legislature that can decree from the top.
Well, in any case, I definitely was surprised that they overturned it. But I don't know. I didn't think they'd overturn it from a political standpoint, not from any sort of understanding that I might have of the law. It was moreover that well, that's just not a popular move. They won't do that. It's abortion is much better to fire up the base than anything. It's best as a perennial enemy that you always have to be because I remember when I was at the Trump rally in North Carolina, and Trump was 3 fucking hours late. His plane circling the airport, or they told us he's probably just late.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not him. He's punctual. But they brought out some it was a black guy who had a Southern preacher kind of charm. And I think he was a reverend of some kind. And he was like, we gonna go into that White House and we gonna tear Roe versus Wade down to the ground. And the baby killers is gonna be crying and we gonna be cheering. There was literally a speech just like that. And I remember thinking nah. I mean, he means it, but that's not Trump's guy. That's the guy. They did.
Trump personally probably loves abortion because I guarantee he's funded.
Well, here's the other thing. It's important to note that
fucking dogs.
It's not even. I'm not saying that they might not take that next step and make abortion federally illegal, but all they're doing is turning it over to the states. So your state is going to figure out what they're going to do, and if you don't like it. It sounds awful, but you might have to move to a different state or access one of the dozens and dozens of newly founded organizations who will bus you to New Jersey to have your abortion. Let's not act like you don't have access anymore, because there's so many people who are coming in and filling the need and finding ways to make it happen.
And if you're
getting tougher, and it should be, but I'm just
16 or 17, it's even more difficult to.
Oh, that'd be a real mess.
Duck out to North Carolina for 2 days or whatever it would take to get your abortion, right?
Without your parents' consent.
Right. So it gets trickier if you're poor, if you're young. They made it hard.
Right. Yeah.
I do want to concede, on the you're right part. I do the same thing with Democrats sometimes, but it's guns. I say, they just saber rattle about taking your guns, but they don't. They're not gonna. They never do. They never do because the Republicans stop them.
Yeah,
but
they want to. Like,
they
would
want
love
And
to.
the same is true, and the inverse is true, but it's abortion. You know, the Republicans want to.
I didn't know
but
they meant
usually
it.
don't get it done.
I didn't know they meant it. Because I think of that part of the base as the most ignorant part of the base. The ones who
Which
are like
part?
fiery about it, the you know, the screaming of baby killer and stuff. It's like, why do you care what they're doing with their babies? I don't care what you do with
I
your
mean,
babies.
well, like
I don't care if you're drowning your toddlers over there. It ain't my toddler.
I will say this, like I'm pro-choice, obviously, but
Don't
like
fuck with dogs.
the people I know who are like vehemently pro-life are not woman haters. Like most of them actually, I'm thinking, are women. Like they see it as a murder is how they internalize.
Yeah.
And that's why they're so up in arms. It's not this like we hate women that they try and frame it.
No.
It's like they're probably misguided. Like they're misguided about what they're doing. But
well, look, I think that most of the laws are at like 16 weeks, and the reason it's 16 weeks is because what they actually say is when the heartbeat can be heard. So I think as long as you go in there and they don't hear a heartbeat, I think they'll give you an abortion. I think that's what's actually happening. So like.
Well, no, it depends on the state, right? Because they're just pushing it to the states.
I think
so
that almost all of I think
Tennessee passed the heartbeat bill. I'm pretty positive.
Like the most
Tennessee doesn't surprise
most of the states have. Most of the southern states have.
But like California will have like up to age 2.
Yeah.
Like they'll balance it out.
As long as
the police just come over and shoot your child.
They'll do that anyway.
He was being aggressive. He was like that chihuahua I had to put down.
I watched